Tomalo or not tomalo? That is the question. We recently held a blind tasting of Adelaide Hills Chardonnay, part of our deep dive series at younggunofwine.com. Our panel of winemakers and sommeliers picked their favourites, tasted completely blind, and this wine, the 2022 Cloudbreak Chardonnay, was selected as one of the top wines. What do you do when you're a third generation winemaker but your family just wants you to swim between the flags? You start your own label, of course, your own sandbox where you can experiment and play with abandon, which is what Jack Tomich did when he started Cloudbreak Wines in 2020. And this is just the third release from this new project. Looking at this wine, you're immediately struck by a nose of green apple and pawpaw and yoghurt or crème fraîche. Speaking with Jack, he describes how it's all made of individual barrel ferments that are then reassembled before bottling, with a portion of the barrels having gone through malolactic fermentation. Malolactic fermentation is such a hot topic within Chardonnay winemaking. After the primary ferment, where the grape sugars convert to alcohol, winemakers can choose to allow the wine to go through malo, where the malic acids inherent in the wine convert to lactic acids. Chardonnays that go through malo come out softer and less tart, with less green fruit characters, and they're broader on the palate. There's only 1,800 bottles of this wine made, and you get a sense of that small-scale handmade approach coming through when smelling the wine. It really feels as though you're in the winery, tasting a barrel sample. The primary fruit characters of the grapes mixing with the secondary characters of the winemaker's hands, with savoury elements from the lees, the spent yeast cells, and the barrel work coming through. There is a brightness to the wine with crisp acidity. The fruit spectrum is green apple and muted tropical fruits like pawpaw, with a faint hint of bruised pineapple, and that's interwoven with the winemaking elements, bringing a savoury dimension to this wine, with some parmesan rind on the back palate with a faint hint of flinty minerality. On the spectrum of Chardonnay, from crisp and linear through to rich and creamy, this maybe occupies a middle ground with elements of each. It's bright but textured, fresh but savoury. To see our full deep dive into Adelaide Hills Chardonnay, including the results of the blind tasting, head to younggunofwine.com. Cheers.